Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I just want to talk about the fact that it seems like DC is going all in with this whole diversity initiative and LGBT stuff going on, and I kind of want to like talk about like what does that mean for like comic book fans in general, because they're doing what Marvel did with All New, All Different, and I gotta wonder like what crack is there smoking, because you gotta think about it like, damn, you guys are literally throwing whatever at the wall hoping to get money from it. But my thing is, all of these likes and retweets don't amount to sales though, so it's kind of like, what is the point? Because these changes don't make sales. They don't. These, like Tim Drake being bisexual and John might be in the LGBT character or whatever, it just doesn't make sales like Batman 3 Jokers. Let's go. It doesn't make sales like Batman 3 Jokers or Watchmen or Doomsday Clock. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have that legitimacy of these long running books that are, out for people to buy or whatever constantly. I mean, The Killing Joke still sells to this day. The same thing with Watchmen, still sells to this day. And you think that if you take two characters that are semi-important to the universe and you make them part of the LGBT community, or you take some of the iconic characters and make them another race, you really think that that's going to bring in legitimacy? It doesn't. It just turns people more off. You get less sales, you get less from it every time. These initiatives do not work like that. But you guys are pressured to make sales. I don't understand how a company can be pressured to make money and yet do everything wrong, because you want to do headlines, and that's fine. Do headlines if you want to. I could care less if you do headlines. But don't you want the headlines to actually mean something? Don't you want to be like for instance, manga and anime? Don't you want to have people having videos and articles about predicting what's going to happen in the next issue of Batman or the next issue of Wonder Woman, instead of, oh, here we go, Tim Drake is bisexual, or John is going to be gay in the upcoming Superman book? Yes, because that makes sales. Come on now. How many theory videos are there? You can go on YouTube right now and type in any anime or manga, and I bet you there are about 700, videos either theorizing what's coming for the new chapter, telling the chapter, explaining what happened in the chapter, the Easter eggs that was left. And this is just for one chapter of the book, which will be the issue for comic books. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's talking about what really transpired in Batman Urban Legends. Nobody's talking about the Red Hood and Batman storyline. No, because that's not important. What was important was Tim Drake's bisexuality. That will maybe confirm, maybe not. Which, to be honest, I kind of hope it's not. I hope they don't even talk about it. I hope they don't. I hope it just stays in this anthology and that's it, and we don't talk about it no more, because it's stupid. It is stupid. But that's the problem too. We also have these comics where we keep ignoring established, lore for these characters to change them at the whim of other people, because the writers are getting lazy. But then you're getting mad that people are walking away from the comic book industry. I don't know what to tell you. When you do dumb decisions like that, things happen. I don't want people to walk away from comic books, but you keep doing this dumb crap right here to try to get clicks and get baits or whatever. People don't really care, because all it's going to do is get the people that heard about it the first time, they'll buy the book, they'll buy issue number 1, and then after that, issue number 1 drops off a cliff. Don't you want people to continue to buy the book? Oh wait, you trying to get small gain. You trying to get small gain instead of long gain. You trying to get short gain, I mean. So you're only trying to get it for a short amount of time because you know that if you really make these characters what you clearly trying to say they are, or if you're really trying to race change some of these characters, especially iconic ones, you know that other countries and other things outside the United States would reject them. So that's why I don't understand why even do something like this. Use brand new characters that don't have any ties to Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, all of those characters. Don't have them tied to anything from them, and just do these brand new characters. So if you didn't need to make a bisexual character, you got a character like John Constantine, who is very popular all across the world, and he is literally known as a bisexual character. But because his stories were very good and well told, people don't have a problem when they see him sleep with a man or a woman, because they know how great of a character he is, because his character is not defined by his sexuality. But now you're trying to define these characters by their sexuality, and it just doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work. It's lazy as hell, and it's dumb. I don't know what made you thought that was a good idea. Hey, let's take Tim Drake and let's make him bisexual. Or hey, let's take Superman's son, John Kent, and make him maybe gay, maybe not. We don't know, but most likely he's going to be gay. Or I've been hearing non-binary, whatever that's supposed to mean. So I don't know. You make it make sense to me, because I'm confused on how this works, because it just doesn't make logical sense at all when it comes to these characters. Why change iconic characters around to try to please minority people, and then when it comes to actually going for it, you can't really stand behind it because you know that other countries would reject these characters. Like you can't put LGBT behind Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman characters and then expect countries to be like, yeah, let's bring them in, because other countries have their own rules and policies when it comes to these kind of characters. So I don't know. I just kind of find it strange that you guys thought that this will be a good idea, because when you really need to stand by these characters, you don't stand by them. Just like there are true LGBT original characters that you don't stand by hardly. And if you do, you got to stereotype them to the point where people don't want to deal with it. So I don't know. I just kind of find it very interesting that we're going to try to double down on this. And of course, I understand you're trying to get as much money as you can from that one moment in time. But does that help longevity? Why do something that only works for a small amount of time when you need longevity and you need growth? Don't you want growth in the industry? But you guys seem to don't want growth, because all this happening is getting less and less from it. Like all we're doing is making videos saying, hey, this is stupid, DC. It's not gonna work, DC. And of course, yes, you get the clicks, you get the likes or whatever and stuff like that, but do you get the monetary gain from it? Not really. Sometimes you'll get a little bit of gain from it, but as most part, you don't get the gain from it. So I don't know if this was the right decision to double down on this kind of stuff, but it's starting to become too unrealistic that we're now getting the sidekicks of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Flash, and all of a sudden a few of them are starting to come out the closet, or now you want to try to make them part of the LGBT community. It just doesn't make logical sense. And at that point, it starts being pandering. It does come off being pandering. Like, you got Aqualad, who when he was first introduced, he was straight and he had a girlfriend. And then you decided, when you brought him back for Rebirth, you was like, hey, let's make him gay. Even though Young Justice was showing this man crushing on a girl this whole time. So then season 3 of Young Justice came. You was like, hey, let's make him gay by kissing this guy that nobody knows anything about. And then let's make a YA novel too that explores the sexuality, because, you know, we got to double down on it so we can show people. And then you got Aquaman and Mara's daughter, Andy Curry. She's a lesbian because she's with a Flash that's non-binary, but the girl is technically a girl. You know what I'm saying? So that don't even make no damn logical sense. The girl is technically in main continuity. She's a baby. But in Future State, they were like, hey, let's make her in Future State, let's make her a little girl first, then let's age her up in another Future State title, and then let's also do a Pride issue where she is with the non-binary Flash. And it's just like, what the hell is with y'all and aging up these damn children, and then the children are all of a sudden gay? Come on now, that don't even make no damn logical sense. You know that means that character Andy isn't going to be marketable for the foreseeable future. You've made that very clear. Just like the non-binary Flash is not going to be marketable. Now, some people like it. That's great. That's fine. You can like it or whatever. But understand business and understand how majority of your customers and fan base are getting turned off because you're doing this stuff for pandering. You're not doing it naturally. You're not doing it because you have something to really say. You're doing it because you think it's cute. You think it's the new thing. Just like when the whole Black Lives Matter happened. It was a whole thing where it was just like, oh yeah, this is a whole brand new thing. Let's try to make as many black things as we can. And the same thing with the Asian hate. Let's make the whole thing about Asians and stuff like that. And it just kind of, at this point, it just gets kind of annoying because people know that you're not genuine about what you're doing. You're only doing it for pandering. And I understand every business does it, but damn, that at least try to have some kind of meaning towards it. That's all I'm saying. At least give it some validity that doesn't feel like you only doing it just because. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like you're only doing it just because, and not because you have something to say. Not because you want to tell a good story, but because you like, we need to show diversity. At this point, I'm sick of diversity. And I'm a diverse person. Because you guys don't know how to do diversity. You don't know how to do diversity. If people can give you a blueprint of diversity, and you fuckers will still fuck it up because reasons. So I don't know what to tell y'all. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm just kind of confused and lost on this entire situation at all. Like, okay, sure, this is the choices that you decided to make, but, you know, I kind of feel like it's just unnecessary, to be honest. But those are my thoughts about the situation. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.